Welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms podcast, where your hosts, Tina and Colleen, talk about all things travel. From theme parks to cruises to all-inclusive resorts and more, they cover news, tricks, and insider tips to inspire your travel dreams. They love to travel and want you to love it too. Find out their best-kept secrets and learn how to make your next vacation extra magical, right here on the Magical Traveling Moms podcast.
Welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms podcast. My name is Tina, and I am here today with my wonderful co-host, Miss Colleen. And today we are talking about 5 things you need to know when it comes to Adventures by Disney. But before we get started, as always, we'd love to thank the sponsors of our show, Mystical Dream Travel. Mystical Dream Travel is a full-service travel agency specializing in Disney destinations, cruises, all-inclusives, Europe, and so much more. They are an earmarked... let me skip that. All right. Mystical Dream Travel is a full-service travel agency specializing in premium family vacations. They can help you with Disney destinations, cruises, Europe, as well as the Caribbean and Mexico. Ready to plan your next vacation? Be sure to reach out to the fabulous travel advisors at Mystical Dream Travel. You can find them at mysticaldreamtravel.com or check them out on social media. Hey, Colleen, how are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Oh, I am doing fabulous. I am so excited for this topic because Adventures by Disney has been on my travel bucket list forever.
I know. I am very excited to talk about it too because they're just so cool, like all of them.
I know. I just can go to their site and look at it forever and dream
and
dream even more and bigger.
The thing. They're always adding new ones too, where you're like, oh man, now I want to do that one.
I know. They're amazing. I just saw they came out with one in Antarctica, I think it is.
Yes, I saw that too, and I was like, what? Antarctica? What?
I know.
I need to check that itinerary out and see, like, what are you doing exactly in Antarctica?
I know. It's not something, I'm like a warm girl. I like the warm weather kind of gal. But I don't know. It would be interesting, I think.
I'm going to have to check that one out. I'm assuming it goes to Antarctica during their summer, quote,
yes.
around that, because I'm sure their summer is not the same as our summer, and then they're the opposite. So their summer is during our winter. So, because I would think it'd be too cold in the winter to go, in their winter to go there.
Absolutely.
But even then, I'm like, that'll be interesting. But I bet it's just really neat, unique, like once in a lifetime stuff. That's what Adventures by Disney is about, right?
Yeah.
Once
absolutely.
in a lifetime trips that you wouldn't even think of some of this stuff on your own.
Exactly. They are super, super immersive. So if you don't know much about Adventures by Disney, it is a higher end travel product in the industry, and it is a super immersive style of a vacation. And so we're going to talk about 5 things you need to know. It's the first time we've talked about Adventures by Disney, I think, on the podcast.
I think we're going to tell people about it though, because I feel like it's one of the products that Disney has that a lot of people don't know about. They don't even know it exists, right?
Yeah, I agree. They're like, what? What's an adventure?
Yeah, when you say Adventures by Disney, they're like, what is that? Like, that doesn't... And I think some people think the word Disney is in it, so it must have something to do with Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney World or whatever, but it doesn't.
Not unless you want it to, depending on the adventure.
Oh, well, that's true. I guess they do the Disneyland itinerary, but like the majority of them are not... It has nothing to do with Walt Disney World or any of that, and Mickey Mouse. It's about the Disney quality, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the experience they can give you. So let's dive into these 5 things you need to know right off the bat. We're definitely going to talk more about this on upcoming podcasts, but we're just going to give you 5 things you need to know about an Adventures by Disney. So first off, as we talked about, Adventures by Disney is an immersive guided tour that has over 40 plus adventures and visits 7 different continents.
Yeah, they go everywhere. Like all of your bucket list destinations, like they go there. And they're guided, but there are a few options where you can get private ones.
Yes, there are, and they do come with Adventures by Disney guides with that. So Adventures by Disney also gives you, and I think this is what makes them very different and unique, is they give you VIP access to things that you normally would not get access to. So like if you were to go to Italy, a lot of people like to go to Rome and they like to tour the Vatican. But you stand in line for hours, to get into the Vatican, and you only see like certain sections of it. But when you go on Adventures by Disney, there is, and hopefully it will come back, once all of the COVID restrictions lift up, a private tour. And you actually go in to areas that nobody else gets to see. So,
and it's like and you're on this VIP tour. So I've been to Rome and I've toured the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you there's a line and it's crowded and like it can be very busy a lot of days, and you can wait a long time just to get into the Vatican. So they just fast pass you. It's your fast pass.
It's fast pass. Yes, it's a fast pass. Same thing with the Eiffel Tower. So you wait in line for a long time to go in there. With Adventures by Disney, they call it the power of the paddle, and they walk right in and go right up. There's no wait time. There's nothing. So
it's like the VIP tours at Disney World, but
better.
And like other countries and like all these amazing bucket list destinations you want to go to. I have to interject, but one of the things that's always stuck out to me that I read that was one of their special experiences was like a painting class in Monet's house or something.
Oh my goodness. That was amazing.
That once in an itinerary and being like, oh my gosh, how amazing would that sound to be like, well, I took a painting class at Monet's house.
I know. And that's what they do. They give you these VIP amazing experience. I mean, there's things like, I love pasta. You all know I love pasta. I am a carbohydrate junkie. And Italy is on my bucket list. And one of the things they do is you can do a pasta making class. I know. I got to get on that adventure.
Well, and that's what's nice is it's a mix, right? Of there's food stuff and there's learning stuff and there's adventure stuff. There's all different types of activities that you do. So.
Right. And one of the things too, so a lot of people wonder, well, is this something I should take my children on? And I actually would say encourage you, yes, at the right age. So there are recommendations on these adventures of what age your children should be for them.
Yeah, and a few of them have a minimum too. They won't let a child younger than so much, but then there's recommendations. Yeah,
right, exactly. And so I think what they do is they really separate, and I think this is what Disney does really well, is they separate evenings for children. And adult night. And so they will go off with an adventure guide. They might have a movie night, or they might do they make their own pizza night, or so that adults can have an adult night, and their night, the night with the kids are very themed. So
yeah. And I think there are also, if you do want to go without children, there are some adult-only itineraries.
Yeah, there are, absolutely.
That are specifically adult, if you, if that's what you want, if you don't want to be with children, but.
Yes, absolutely. So the VIP access alone, I think, would be amazing. So the third thing you need to know is the adventure guides. Yeah. So the adventure guides are from when the moment you meet your ABD guide to the very end, they take care of everything you need. So whether it you're on your own one night, so you do get some free time. So that's a lot of things. People are shy away from tours because they think it's tour, you're with your group all the time. But
you have to do everything every minute of every day kind of thing.
Yeah, but they do give you time to go explore and things like that.
Afternoons on your own or evenings on your own. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you get the opportunity to actually, if you want to go have a dining reservation somewhere or you're looking to get in somewhere, your Adventures by Disney guide will make those arrangements for you.
Exactly. They get to know you.
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest reviews, like things I've read in reviews of people who have gone on Adventures by Disney, is that the adventure guide really gets to know everyone. And they are small groups. I think we should point that out. Like, even though it is a group tour, they're not very big groups. Like, they limit how many people are on the tour because they want you to have that intimate experience. And the adventure guide really actually gets to know everyone and remembers what the kids like and what you're interested in, and that you're, and they customize stuff like to be to your group's interests.
Right, exactly. And even down to your family. So they really take that time and they give you, they really take care of you, from giving you welcome gifts to special collectible Disney pins that you can only get on the adventure. So, which is amazing. And they take your family photos for you during the trip. And they really go above and beyond what, a normal, like if you love the Disney service, this is like Disney service, like at a much higher next level up.
It's like having like your own personal genie almost, right?
Wow, exactly. See what you did there. But yeah, so it's amazing. And so these adventure guys, like you said, they really build a friendship and really get to know, your families and what you're looking to get out of the trip. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
So the fourth thing, and we've already touched on this a little bit, but it's really immersive experiences.
Yeah.
And these are experiences that are more often than not only exclusive to Disney. You cannot get it on any other tour that is out there. And it's just staying in castles and, like you said, painting and exclusive locations and cooking with a chef and just learning about the culture. And they take you, the immersive experience really takes you into the culture of the area that you're in at that time, going to the locals and meeting the locals and learning about their cultures and what they do and how they do things and how they cook and how they eat and how they work. I think it's just really cool.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things we should mention is that when, like we just were talking about the guides, you actually get two guides, and one of the guides is always a local, is always from the country and the area that you are in. So they have obviously that advantage of having been from there and grown up there, that they know the things that other people coming in what might not know about, that you maybe have never even heard of or didn't even know existed, or they know where the best place is to get this regional cuisine or whatever. So I think that is part of what makes it so immersive, is that you have a local guide in addition to like your main Adventures by Disney guide. So they definitely make sure that you get to know the culture there, which is why I think it'd be so amazing to take kids on this, like at a certain age, because visiting other countries and learning about other cultures really broadens your mind. And I think it's so enriching for kids in particular to experience that at a young age, before they become adults, to like have that understanding of that there are these different cultures and different ways people live and different things people eat, and just seeing the world and getting out of our bubble. Right?
I agree. I think you're exposing them to so much, and they're getting an education that you normally wouldn't get.
Yeah.
They're seeing it, like everything they read about in books, they actually can see it.
Right, to actually experience it.
Yes.
It's a so different thing than just reading about it or learning about it in school. To actually go and see it in person is very eye-opening, I think. So I think that's a huge part of it.
No, I agree 100%. So the last thing we want to share, so a lot of people often ask, are meals included? What's included in something like this? Because it definitely is a higher end trip. But yes, definitely meals. Not all meals, some meals.
A lot, though.
I would say the majority of your meals.
Most meals, are included.
Included. And a lot of times depends on the adventure, because if you're on a river cruise, they're all going to be. But
right, yeah.
But if you're on a different type of tour with Adventures by Disney, some meals are not, because they give you that option to go explore on your own.
Do your own thing, right? Because it is nice to have an already put together itinerary and plan where they've said, okay, we're going to have dinner at this restaurant because they know that restaurant is famous for XYZ or amazing or whatever.
Right.
But then also giving you the opportunity to find, because maybe there's something you've heard about that you really wanted to try. So you don't feel like locked into always doing everything they're doing. So I think it's a good balance.
No, I agree. I agree with that. And I think too, so that's the other thing sometimes on tours. Some people worry, like they have some tours, depending on the destination, where you bike or you hike or whatever.
Right.
And you can't always do that. So they will split up, so if you didn't want to do a biking tour and you wanted to like relax or maybe take advantage of the hotel that you're at that time, or maybe you're staying at one of the castle ones on the tour. This is where I would like to stay. And you want to enjoy that more in the grounds more. You have that flexibility on those days to do that. So,
and from what I understand, speaking of the food, the adventure guides are great about making sure there's always plenty of snacks, and drinks, and they will actually learn what your favorite snacks are, especially for the kids, right? Like what they like to drink and what they like to eat for snacks. And they make sure the buses and stuff are stocked with like all of the snacks and drinks. So you never have to worry about if you're feeling hungry, there's stuff there. They're going to take care of you.
Absolutely. And they're going to really engage your kids and your family. And, if you are shy and quiet, they're definitely going to bring you out of your shell and, get you involved. So it's not like you're just going to be sitting, driving and looking at things. They're going to engage you. And that's, I think, what makes it so amazing. And just, I know, it's just amazing. So with these 5 things, so we talked about all that. We're going to be bringing you more information in coming episodes of the podcast on adventure. We'll dive into a couple of some itineraries. Maybe
this is just like our primer, our Adventures by Disney 101. What is it?
Yes, exactly. And maybe Colleen and I can each pick our favorite itinerary and share.
Oh my God, that's so hard.
It is hard. So that brings me to my next question. So which Adventures by Disney do you want to personally take, and which one do you want to take your family on?
All of them?
I know, it's hard. Yeah.
I know, I told you it'd be hard. So, okay. I did, narrow it down. Okay. It was hard, though. It was really hard. And I feel like it might change tomorrow. So, but right now in this moment, the one I would love to take my family on is Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think, now I have been to Alaska when I was a lot younger, but my husband and my kids have never been to Alaska. And when I went, it was like with my friend, and we just graduated college and we didn't have any money. So
yes.
It wasn't like we did a whole lot except drive around.
Yeah, that's on a budget.
Right, yeah. The itinerary in Alaska is so cool. So we actually have a Siberian Husky is our dog, and we've had a couple of them. And so one of the things is you get to go and meet like a sled dog like team and learn about sled dog races and stuff. And I think we would all love that. And then just going to some of those the parts that I didn't get to go to when I was in Alaska. You know, I didn't really get to travel all over, you know, to all the famous stuff. So I think all my whole family would love that. We're very outdoorsy and we love the mountains and the wilderness and all that. And then I would also really love to go on the Peru itinerary.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. I have never, I mean, like I've been to Mexico, but that's it. You know, like I've never really been anywhere in South America or like I've been to Europe a couple of times. I haven't never been to Asia either. And I was torn between the Vietnam one and this one, but the Peru one it just sounds like very exotic, and you're going to experience things you would never go to. Like, I mean, just to go to Machu Picchu would be like amazing. Like I can't even imagine what it feels like there. And there's just some experiences on that itinerary that I think you can't do anywhere else. Like you're going to feel like you're in a different time and a different world. Like, so I think
you're definitely different than mine. You're off like kind of like the path. I agree. So for me, you know, I would have to pick. I'm probably like a little more traditional on the Adventures by Disney. I would do a river cruise. I think there is one that goes through Paris, and that is the one I definitely would love to get on and to do. I think it would be amazing. Paris is on my travel bucket list, and that's something I would do with my family, just because I really think it would just expose them to different cultures and different things. And it just looks, the overall itinerary looks amazing, of the stops and the castles and
in Paris. Like
yeah, exactly. That's yes. So for me, in an adventure that I would like to do as an adult, if it's adult only, would be, I just need to double check it to make sure it's still there, because I don't want to be wrong.
I know, that's what I did too, because you know what? There used to be one that was to the Galapagos Islands.
Oh yeah.
I was going to pick that one, but then when I went to the site, they didn't have that anymore, but they have Peru now. So I was like, well, that's kind of along the same lines, but the Galapagos Island one always sounded really amazing to me.
Yeah, I agree. So the one for me, it is still there. So I don't want to, I would love to do the South Africa.
Yeah, I do. I thought about that one too, because that would be amazing.
I just think, I mean, Africa, it's always been something I've wanted to see. And I hope to be able to do it one day. I just think it would, everyone I know who has done any kind of African tour has said it is truly life-changing.
Really?
Yes. It is.
Does that one include, like, is it have a safari as part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why they have said it is life-changing. And I really just think it would just be an amazing thing to experience. I'm not an outdoorsy girl, so it's very odd. This is all
if you're gonna go, I think Adventures by Disney is the way to do it, because I bet it's a lot more like glamping than
which is my style. Yes.
That would be your style. Well, and that's a good point, is, you know, sometimes there are places where we think of, oh, wow, it would be so amazing to go to this very exotic place that is in another country. But maybe you feel intimidated to go there by yourself, you know, like you're not sure, you know, you don't know the language, you don't know the culture. It'd be very intimidating to go someplace like that all on your own and do it all on your own. So doing it with something like Adventures by Disney gives you some security there of knowing that, okay, you're with somebody who knows what they're doing. Everything is planned out for you. You don't have to like be anxious or worried about like, oh, did I do the right thing or pick the right tour or did I go to the right area? You know, they've figured it out for you. So it's a way to experience these more exotic locations that might be intimidating for you to plan on your own.
Right, and with that extra sense of security, like you were saying, that you have, and Disney's security team definitely knows where everybody is at all times.
Oh yeah.
It's like you said, it's definitely a great option, especially if you're traveling internationally for the first time,
Oh,
and
definitely.
you're
Yeah.
looking, yeah, 100%.
Because it's nice to feel like you're not worried about where you're going and what you're doing, because it is intimidating. I mean, I can remember the first time I went to Europe, and I went to Spain, and
Mm-hmm.
being intimidated by like, oh, I don't really know the transportation things here, or different
Mm-hmm.
cultural rules, or how to ask for something in particular, or like there's just
Yes.
things you don't know, and so you're a little anxious the whole time because you're like, did I do the right thing? Did I go to the right place?
Right, and the cultures are very different, so you don't want to offend somebody, you know what I mean, either. So it's definitely, yeah, definitely helpful for that.
No, they'll
So,
take care of you, make sure that you have the best experience possible.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, well, we know we can do a ton of different things
Oh
on
yeah.
this topic. So we definitely will be diving more into the adventures and bringing you more itineraries that you can enjoy with your family. So thank you everybody for joining us today. We truly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it is on iTunes or Spotify or Google Podcasts. You can look us up there, and we are also on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to us there as well. And you can see Colleen and I live. So until next time, may all your vacations be magical.